All rise.
I want viewers watching my show to believe in themselves.
Judge Hatchett is compelling,
It's not worth it. She needs to be worthy of you.
compassionate,
I don't want you to give up on your dreams. I don't. And I want to figure out how we get this straight.
she's powerful,
Absolutely not. How dare you do that?
and she's on the bench.
Both of you all that did wrong, we will stand adjourned.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Andrew Walton is suing Tony Hernandez in the amount of $1,008. Mr. Walton claims his ex-girlfriend is upset that he's moved on without her and says she keeps their children away from him because of it.
All right. Children caught in between. Tough situation. You're suing the defendant for $1,008.
That's correct.
But this is far more complicated than the amount you're suing for. You all have 2 children?
Correct.
And their ages?
5 and 7.
5 and 7. But you find it necessary to sue her today. But there is a complicated, I read the complaint, there's a complicated backstory to this. What happened leading up to this, to the time that it was necessary for you to sue her?
So what basically happened, Your Honor, there was 3 previous situations that have taken place where Tony have kept me away from my daughter and my son. There has been times where I have drove out to Philadelphia because I did move to New York. I drove out there to pick them up on a Friday because that's the normal time that I would pick them up on a Friday. And there's always something, like one time I came and she said that my daughter was at a slumber party with her best friend and I had to get a hotel at that hotel that my daughter was having a slumber party at with her friend in order to not take any type of experiences away from her. And then on top of that, my son had joined the junior leagues for football and she didn't tell me anything about that, and it was a weekend that I was supposed to have him.
Okay, hold it right there. So clearly you all have these 2 children, but you all don't live together.
No, we don't live together.
Were you all
Your
ever
Honor.
married?
No, we're not
we weren't
married.
ever married.
So there is an arrangement for them to see their father. Is that correct?
It's not really an arrangement. Okay, so this is how it first started, all right?
All right, tell
So,
me.
I mean, me and Andrew, we were high school sweethearts. You know, we were teenagers, we were young, we make mistakes, and, you know, like, everyone around us, our adults, they're telling us to be careful, and we weren't. And, I mean, Andrew has always been there. He's been a good father, you know?
And that's an important piece. I don't want you to, you know, just gloss over that. What
Yeah.
you have said is that he's been an important father. He's
Yeah.
been a good father.
He has.
So let's not, you know, let's not slide over that very quickly. So what is going on about these visitation plans? So what is the understanding that the 2 of you have about when he can see the children?
Well, when he was in Philadelphia, because originally we were both in Philadelphia,
All right.
I mean, Andrew saw the kids on the weekends, every single weekend, you know, and I absolutely love that. And even when, like, random times during the week, you know, it was never really an explicit time frame. It was just more so, like, when the kids wanted to see him, when I needed him, like, it was just always there, right?
Okay.
And so
That's when he lived in Philadelphia.
this was when he lived in Philadelphia,
right.
correct. And then after that, I mean, we were living together. This was when we were together. We were, you know, but then Andrew was over here trying to pursue his music career, and I totally supported him for that, you know. But I was the one who was always working. I worked every single day. I even had a part-time jobs in the evenings. I was paying all the bills. I was paying every single thing, and like I was just supporting my whole family.
So you were a stay-at-home dad?
Yeah, I was a stay-at-home dad while I was pursuing my career. She was the one that was out working. That was her choice.
And so, I mean, it wasn't my choice. I needed to provide for my family, you know? Like, his music career really wasn't going anywhere. So eventually, I got tired of it, and we just ended things. And so we parted our own ways, and that's when he started to get his act together, you know? And then we separated in Philadelphia, and like I said, a couple of years passed, everything was good. We had, like, really no issues, but it wasn't until he met a girl. He met a girl.
Oh, he met a girl.
He met a girl,
Okay.
and I guess she's from New York or something like that. And then Andrew started to look for jobs in New York, and then out of nowhere he like says, "Oh, I'm moving to New York," and I'm like, "How? Like, what about the kids? Like, how is that like gonna affect them?"
So what
And-
was the plan once you decided to move to New York?
The plan once I moved to New York, in which it was going to only be temporary, I wanted to go out there just so I can, try to establish something a little bit more better for my kids, provide a better roof over their heads. She didn't mention about how she's in a new relationship. She's staying in a house with her and her fiance. So it's like, why can't I get into a relationship and have the same thing? So the plan was going to be, I was going to have the kids every other weekend that I would have them, and it is a 2-hour drive. So
Yeah.
even though, like, if I had to come out there throughout the week, I would come out there throughout the week. It's just her communication is so off. And if her communication was a little bit more better, we would not be in this position today.
Coming up on The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
So you're not jealous about the fact that he has someone new in his life, are you? Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. No.
Why am I not convinced?
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Andrew Walton, who is suing the mother of his children, Tony Hernandez, for breach of contract.
So wait a minute, let's talk about this birthday party, because obviously this is the situation that brought you to the court today. There was your mother's birthday.
Yes.
All right, and this was the same weekend that Andrew was planning to come to Philadelphia to pick up the children to take them back to New York. Is that my understanding?
That's correct.
And that you had bought Broadway tickets and you had planned special things for the kids that weekend.
That's
Is that
correct,
right?
Your Honor, yes.
And so, did you, this is very important, did you say to him weeks in advance, because clearly you knew it's your mother's birthday party.
Yes.
Did you say to him, Andrew, I need for us to switch weekends because my mother's birthday party and I don't want my children to miss their grandmother's birthday party? Did you honestly say that?
I mean, I did mention it, but Andrew's over here.
I just mentioned it mean. What does that mean? It's not the same thing as I communicated with him and made arrangements to switch weekends.
I understand, but Andrew didn't even communicate to me about how he was moving to New York. This was all of a sudden. So he's telling me that he has a communication problem with me, but obviously there's a communication problem with him because he didn't even tell me about New York and how it would affect our family and how it would affect all of that dynamic.
You knew about New York 2 months before I actually moved out there, so let's not act brand new.
No, I did not. I didn't. You mentioned it right away. It was something that you
Wait a minute,
just
you're
decided to
telling
do.
me that he moved to New York one
told me
day
about
and
the
told
job.
you the same day.
He told me about the job 2 months ago, didn't really pay much attention to it, and then out of nowhere, he was just like, oh, like, I'm moving to New York.
Listen to what you just said to me. I want you to listen very carefully to what you just said to me. You said, I knew about the job 2 months earlier, but I didn't pay any attention. That's what you just said to me. Something that's serious, you need to pay attention. Because at the end of the day, it's not about you all so much as it is about these wonderful children who are caught in between. Do you not see that?
Yeah, that should actually be the focus, but I think
That should be the focus.
Your Honor, I honestly think
Sounds
that her
like you
focus...
moved on. You have a boyfriend.
My
You're
fiancé.
living with fiance.
Yeah.
So you're not jealous about the fact that he has someone new in his life, are you?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. No.
Why am I not convinced?
I mean,
Do you resent the fact that he left and he is with someone else in New York? And let's keep it real.
And doing it bigger than ever before? Than when I was with you?
I don't need your commentary.
Okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I think what sucks is that he actually like got better after we decided to like part ways. Like, why couldn't he get his act together when we were together?
I'm suspecting that you still love him. Now that he has gotten his act together, according to you, that he's gotten it together with somebody else. And what I really hear you saying is that he should have gotten it together with me. But that does not eliminate the need to communicate between the two of you.
Right.
Now I want to get back to the birthday. Your mother's birthday.
Yeah.
You said, I kind of mentioned it.
I mean, I told Andrew that he's more than welcome to come.
For what?
But when
though?
did you tell him that? When did you tell him that?
That day he came.
The day that he came to Philadelphia. He had made plans. He bought Broadway tickets for the kids. He planned a special weekend for the kids, and you didn't even call him. All right, so there's got to be better communication. Never should a 7-year-old communicate with her father that the kids aren't coming for the weekend. But let's talk about this. So now you say, well, I didn't tell him until he got there. I mean, we have to understand that that's not okay. And you could say, oh, you can come to the party, but that's not the point. The point is that it was his weekend. You didn't communicate with him. You had your daughter say something. I mean, did your daughter call you like when you were on your way?
I was on my way halfway there, literally like an hour away, when she had texted me and said that her and her brother was not going to be able to come. That's when I picked up the phone and I called Tony, like, what's really going on?
And when did you tell me that you were coming that weekend?
But
Weeks
that was his
prior.
weekend to come. That was the week. That had been the pattern of the times you were coming. Yes.
Right. She was aware of that. That's why I'm like, don't
And this
act
is not the first
oblivious
time we've
to
had a
what's going on.
problem. This is not the. You've told me about other times.
Yeah, it's been multiple other situations that I feel like that she's trying to sway the kids away from me, honestly. 'cause
I'm not trying to sway
you are.
anything away
She
from
knows that
you.
I'm in a new relationship, and I'm not studying her and her fiance. I don't care who she's with as long as the kids are safe. At the end of the day, I'm a family-oriented man too as well, so I can read people and I can see, but I can honestly see through her that it bothers her that I did move to New York and I didn't have my stuff together while we were together. So she's gonna make it hard for me, make it hard on the kids.
I'm
fill
not
up their
making it
heads.
hard. You're
Yes,
the
you
one
are.
who's making it hard. You're the one who decided to move to New York.
Yeah, I need to focus on my happiness as well. I got to make sure I'm happy so I can be the best father that I can be to both of my kids. So
Yeah,
if moving
and
to New York and getting a job out there is going to do that for me, then that's what I'm going to do. It shouldn't be a problem to you because I'm not worried about what you're doing and what you got going on. So the focus should just be on our kids and not nothing else. You're worried
Tony,
about
the
the wrong
reality
thing.
is he's in New York. And the reality is that we've got to figure out how to make this work because the children are the ones who are going to suffer.
Coming up,
He's saying that, oh, he moved to New York and things like that, but he never took into consideration, you care about the kids, right? He never took into consideration how it would feel that the kids won't be seeing him as much.
The
Have you
kids
ever
can
thought
live
about
with me.
that?
They can live with me though. They know that. You know that.
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Andrew Walton, who is suing the mother of his children, Tony Hernandez, for breach of contract.
All right, Andrew, tell me about this $1,008 specifically that you spent.
So yes, I have.
How did you break that down?
I have receipts, Your Honor. I basically spent $608 on Broadway tickets. Not only that, I spent over $200 in gas. On top of that, let's talk about the stay at the hotel from Friday to Saturday that I had to stay. It costed $280. And the only reason why I got a room Friday night was because I wasn't going to go to her mother's birthday party. Her mother does not like me. I was going to wait Saturday until everything was all done with so that I could take the kids back to New York. By the time that the party was over, it was late. The kids didn't even want to leave.
Do you feel any responsibility for this, Tony?
No, I don't.
Why?
Because I feel like he's saying that, oh, he moved to New York and things like that, but he never took into consideration, you care about the kids, right? He never took into consideration how it would feel that the kids won't be seeing him as much.
The
Have you
kids
ever
can
thought
live with
about
me.
that?
They could live with me though. They know that. You know that. So what are we talking about? It's you that's making it hard. You're making
I'm not
it
making it hard. The
complicated.
issue is that they need both of us.
Yeah, they need both of us. But even if they live with me, I would still not like keep them away from you or play the type of games that you're
I'm
playing.
not keeping them away from you. You know you can see them whenever. And the
I
thing
can-
is,
I
you
can
haven't
tell.
even been able to see them on the weekend. It's hard to see them during the week because they're in school. What do you want me to do?
I understand that. So when the weekends come, you shouldn't make it hard for me at all. So
Well,
if
let's
it's-
be realistic about this. He's in New York. He doesn't live in Philadelphia anymore. There are a lot of people who co-parent in different cities.
Right.
And they make it work.
Coming up,
You gotta let it go. Because y'all are not gonna get back together. You know, I don't
Period.
I don't predict the future, but this I'm real clear about.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Andrew Walton, who is suing the mother of his children, Tony Hernandez, for breach of contract.
And so you've got to get over the fact that he's not in Philadelphia anymore. And frankly, I think you've got to get over the fact that he's with somebody else right now. And so I think it really is not okay that you did not let him know in time before he bought these Broadway tickets, had planned a special weekend for the kids, that you then had your daughter text him. He's an hour away now from Philadelphia. He's been on the road now for an hour. And then he gets this message. Then he gets there, and the whole weekend is different. He has to spend money. He has to spend money on the hotel. He has to spend money on these Broadway tickets that he ended up not using because of the kids' situation, because you insisted that they go to their grandmother's birthday party. There can never be a time that a child has to send her father a message. The message has to come from you, and you need to communicate clearly. The two of you all have got to work together. And whatever you're feeling and whatever resentment you have because his life is kind of blown up and gone in a very positive direction, you gotta let it go. Because y'all are not gonna get back together. You know, I don't predict the future, but this I'm real clear about. They're not getting back together, no. Right? He's moved on. You seem to be happy. You seem to be doing well. And you just told me that you have a fiance. So clearly you've moved in a different direction as well.
But still worried about the wrong stuff.
But what?
Still worried about the wrong stuff and not only focused on the kids.
Well, that's going to be different. Do I need to put them in the conference room before they leave?
No.
You don't think so? You think they can work this out?
They can figure it out.
You think so? You got a lot more faith in them than I do right now. Do I need to have you all sit down and work out a parenting plan before you leave the courthouse? Do I?
Based off of how she's been acting, I think so, Your Honor.
Judge Hatchett's verdict when we return. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Look, this is what's going to happen. You're going to spend some time in the courthouse today. You all are going to sit down and you're going to list the ways that this is going to work. There's going to be a schedule when there has to be a change because life causes changes sometimes. Then there's going to be a reasonable time that you all communicate. You know, we need to swap weekends this weekend. I'm entering judgment for you in the amount of $800. But before you all leave this courthouse, I need a parenting plan. All right, get them out of here. However, don't let them out of the courthouse until I see some kind of plan.
Yes, Judge. About
what's going to happen with them. And remember that at the end of the day, it's really about the children, all right? All right, we'll stand adjourned.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $800.
Okay, you guys, let's go to this conference room and work on this plan. Exit to the rear of the court. Make sure you have all your evidence, all your paperwork.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.